Hello, it is Tuesday, the 21st of November, 2023. You gotta remember I'm a clairaudient, clairvoyant, so everything is for entertainment purposes only. Full disclaimers down in the box, and all the other information that people need to know, like if you want a reading or the other nonsense. It's kind of ironic. Please kind of check because my numbers are dropping again. So it's kind of funny. I was like over 500 for about 3 days. And then all of a sudden now I'm dropping down. So what is it? Am I saying stuff people don't want to hear or don't like? There's more to the world than what's going on with the British royal family, especially the gruesome twosome. Like, for example, right now, a lot of places, the people in the BRICS unit are going batshit because the new president-elect in Argentina, Javier Milei, they're comparing him to Donald because he is an anti-woke conservative. And you can tell because right now, within basically 24 hours of him being president-elect, the Argentinian stock market has just boomed. And I've been watching some of his video clips, and I'm like, he's calling people out. He's calling these woke fools for what they are, a piece of shite. And he's not nice. He's calling a spade a spade. So there's going to be some big stuff happening. So it's going to be real interesting. Watching what goes on down in Argentina, because I'm going to have to reach out to a friend of mine who's down there, because there's just people are going crazy, and social media all over the place is going crazy. And this new president, he's putting stuff up on X because he knows that he's not going to get shut down or shadow banned or anything like that. And yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, Elon's platform is actually in a legal battle now with what I think it's called Media Matters, because we know that the little wokey brats, they go for looking for the needle in the haystack. And there might have been one not so nice comment next to a certain advert, and they're going to use that as the precedent for everything, which isn't right. I mean, these kids don't know. And they're going after Elon because for a very long time, that was their platform to be a bully on, a keyboard warrior, and a lot of celebrities called them like, yeah, they're little monsters that are hanging out, living in their mommy's basement. And they hide behind a keyboard. That's why I know I'm one of the few that actually I show my face. A lot of the other people who make commentary hide their faces, hide their identity. But yeah, it's really getting interesting, especially now that on various school campuses, these children who haven't had a proper education and don't realize the real history of life. They're all promoting this pro-Hamas nonsense and saying only Palestinians should be in that area. I go, well, excuse me. The first organized religious group, basically, that was in that section off the Mediterranean, That was the Judaic culture, the Jews. And then came this other dude, that prophet whatever, and then Christianity came around. And it wasn't until Christianity was around, then, quote unquote, Muhammad. So the Jews were there first, then the Christians, then the Muslims. So, hey, Muslims, chill out. You weren't there first. It was the Jews. But I guess the Muslims are all have their knickers in a twist and are jealous. And that one little area, I mean, it's like all three of the big religions fight over it constantly because it's a holy place for all three. Well, instead of fighting to see who can be king of the hill, just cooperate. But of course, if you go and do some digging, yeah, the Christian faith basically rewrote their dogma to be misogynistic. And so is Islam misogynistic. All three of them. All three of the big religions written by men for the benefit of men. Do your homework. Start reading. Yeah. Okay. And we have to educate the kids because they don't get it. Because, okay, we separation of church and state in the schools. But this should be part of world history that the kids are taught. I mean, they talk about the fertile delta, I mean, between the two rivers, Tigris and Euphrates? Cradle of civilization? Well, dudes, bring in the fact of this culture war also. Teach the kids correctly. Okay. I don't know if anyone caught the Swede yet today, but yeah, a lot of people in these newer social media platforms there's still a lot of wokey idiots. And the older one started by Marky Z, he calls those people are normies. So you can put stuff up and it might be seen by everybody. So you might have a chance of attracting new people. And yeah, he did comment because there's still some obedient people who wear the mask. But I know that I make comments when I'm out in public and some people crab at me and I look at them, I go, yeah, I'm forceful. Because when I get people riled up, they start questioning their own belief system. So if you make people question things and start asking the right questions, people start learning how controlled so many of us they try to control. So we've got to watch that. Now things are starting to blow up in the donkey's face because yeah, we know JoJo had his birthday. He's 81. And start looking for new video footage of him. Yeah, they're hiding him again because they don't want people to see how decrepit he is. The guy can't walk. He can't go up a flight of stairs. We've got to be, people are like really, really questioning his capabilities. And some people are saying that during the December holidays, his family may sit him down and say, hey, you can't go for if you make it through the next 12 months, you're going to be damn lucky. You can't go for another 5 years of this. You won't make it. And we sure as heck don't want to be under the rule of Cammy fodder. I mean, she'd probably put in Gruesome Newsom as her VP. Okay? So we really have to start watching what's going on over there. And yeah, a lot of the stuff was because of the only reason he got in is because of the globalists and the fact that there was mob rule here in America. I mean, right now, there's this new documentary out, and no, I have not watched it yet, but I will. It's called The Fall of Minneapolis. And I guess it exposes all the truth pertaining to the George Floyd incident, how he really died, and it brings up the fact that the police officer, Derek Chauvin, is consistently being denied the right to appeal his sentence. And it's mainly donkey judges that are refusing his appeal. So they're exposing all this manipulative crap and the fraud that the BLM is, the Burn, Loot, Murder Crew. And I had my own experience with them. Yes, the Burn, Loot, Murder Crew basically uses brown and, Hispanic and Caucasian college students to be their little minions. Back in June, July of 2020, okay, I got to get this out there so it spreads and leaks all over. I'm telling these people's names. I went to a Back the Blue rally. And because, I told a little snot ass who was pro-socialism, I said, go live in Venezuela. And then I went upwind and took off the mask and lit up a cigarette. I mean, I was more than 6 feet away from any person. Yeah, the little woke brats got their knickers in a twist. Well, the first woman who benefited from my big lawsuit told the BLM what my name is. So then that was Lucy Dye. And then she had the minions, Gabby Mastro from Elmhurst, Illinois, and Nina Villasenor, who is like Hillside, Berwyn, Elmhurst area. Yeah, those two then put it on Media Blast and had me doxxed. It's a joke. Thank goodness that they used my stage name for that lawsuit. But yeah, now it's going to come out how corrupt, how screwed up, how mob mentality destroyed America in 2020. These little goofball kids followed the George Soros crowd and the Billy Gates. They believed the truth about the faux flu. And they basically believed every lie that was tossed at them, and now they're having fits because, well, some of these kids were Jewish that were promoting this BLM crap. And now they're the ones being victimized on the college campuses. It's all coming back to bite them in the butt. Because, we've got what's going on in different places is that the nonsense that's going on in that Mediterranean coast country is spreading out all over. Now, like I've said before, I spent a lot of time in Saudi. And I was always warned about stay away from a Yemenite. You could tell them because they had really, really dark skin and they smelled really bad. Well, now the Houthi sect of the Yemenites, okay, they're scumbags. They are total scumbags. Well, a band of the pirates went into international waters in the Red Sea, and they basically invaded and captured a cargo ship. Well, allegedly this cargo ship has ties to Israel. I mean, the ship is actually owned by a British corp. It's being run by a Japanese corp. There's 25 crew on board. And the Yemen Houthi pirates, are broadcasting it because allegedly it has some extra ties to Israel. What I can connect the dots to is, yeah, the Brits, after World War II, that's when they created Israel. Well, yeah, they kind of stepped on a lot of toes while doing it. But, and so all these Muslims think it should be only Muslim area, but they're not even being taught the correct history. So it's not right. Even now, it's the JoJo admin. They're finally admitting the truth that Hamas, which is an organization that was formed the first batch of nasties were formed under the Carter administration. That's when Khomeini came back in and they took out the Shah of Iran. That was during Carter. And then Reagan jumped in to stop the bullshit. Then we ended up with the Clintons. Under the Clintons, that's when like Hamas and the Taliban and a lot of the other stuff was all formed. It was all organized by the Clinton admin. And then we had the Bushes. They kind of like walked the middle line. And then we had Obama. Barry was raised. He's a sympathetic to Allah. Even though he would be tossed off of he would be made to play Superman. Yeah, so Obama's really created Hamas, the Obama admin. And when they were in charge of the 3-letter agencies, they're the ones that put Hamas into power. It was Obama's admin. And JoJo's admin, yeah, they're basically, it's Barry's third term. Now, I watched how, what's his face? Vivek, careful of him. Because don't do it. Not him or Nikki Haley. The guy we've got to keep our eyes on is Governor Doug Burgum. He's the Republican from North Dakota. Go on to the Forbes channel and take a look at what he has to say. He really is, he's a tech guy, so he knows about cybersecurity and cyber war. He's younger than Donald. He would be the good fit, Don and Doug. That's for 24, for the 24 job interview. Vivek keeps bringing in, Vivek is too tied to his cultural roots. Anybody who's learned anything about the culture from the subcontinent, the Raj, he still carries in a lot of the subcontinent culture values with him, and that's what he may try to force on us. Nikki Haley is just in there for the status. I mean, she's clueless. She's another clueless idiot. Same with DeSantis. He's an idiot. Doug is the one during the debates, he's the one sitting back and letting everybody else make a fool of themselves. He's a standalone guy. Listen to what he has to say, and he's the guy to keep our eyes on. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, and while we've been distracted, while the media keeps forcing this Middle East nonsense down our throats, the video game war, video game drone battles is still continuing over between the Z guy and Vlad. And all it is they're playing with drones. It's a video game. And whoever has the better technology is going to win that section. And I bet that Vlad has the jamming capabilities to take down the Z guy. So that's going to be ending soon. And yeah, they're saying, oh, they're talking about releasing the hostages. I'm guessing half of the hostages are going to come back in body bags. They're all screaming, oh, we're bombing hospitals. Well, yeah, it's come out that basement of the hospitals, that's where their HQ is. So that's interesting. And of course, now to take the focus off of Rachel's bad choice in how to wear a dress, they're now putting it out that, oh, well, we want to go to Christmas now at Sandringham. Well, I guess Will and Kate said if they're invited, we're not going to be there. But the strategic move is, it's been announced that Camilla's kids and grandkids will be staying in the big house at Sandringham for Christmas holidays. Which means, that's like, when you start counting, that's 2, 4, that's 4, and I think that's an extra 12, 15 people from Camilla's family. I'd say 20. You see, they're going to have a full house. To make sure there's no room for Henry and Rachel, Camilla's family is going to be there, showing a blended family. Yes. William's stepbrother and stepsister, Tom and Laura, are going to be there. And technically, they can be called aunt and uncle to the little George, Charlotte, and Louie. So they basically took up all housing in the big house, so there's no room for Henry and Rachel. And I guess they're going to make sure that all the other houses around are occupied with guests also, so there's no room for them. So even though they want an invite, you guys Henry and Rachel burned their bridges ages ago. But yeah, it's like, folks, just keep your eyes out. Be careful. If you go out, raise questions. We've got to start challenging these idiots. Especially when you see stuff going on in a grocery store. And there is going to be some stuff hitting the fan because it's ironic that, hold on, let me get the calendar to double check. Hold on. Yeah, just double checked on the calendar. We all know the date that lives in infamy. December 7th, 1941. This year, it's also the first day of Hanukkah. Yeah. Be cautious. Those who have them, you might want to go and do a sound a practice shot, make a warning shot, a practice shot in the morning, and go do all your errands before you go home, because that way legally in most areas you can have something in your pocket. Yeah, they're going to pull some stuff on that day. And if you can, yeah, this week is American Thanksgiving. I will have a video. I'm just going to throw it up early in the morning because all of us have stuff doing all day on Thursday. And I don't want to have to break up somebody's football game. So my video, as soon as it's done, it's going straight up. And yes, this Saturday, for those of you who aren't shopping yet, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Standard Time, I will be doing a live. So if you want to come on, ask questions, I'm more than happy to. But yeah, start putting in the process so you can carry something in your pocket. And then I did some digging for those people who can't get something that who they can't get a pow pow. Find out, look up Ted Nugent, look at what he does as a hobby, and they actually make small versions that are handheld. You can keep one of those in the house. Yeah. I mean, if you can't get a pow pow, you can play Robin Hood. Hey, create a cosplay costume and it's a prop for your costume. Okay? There's so many ways to. There's a lot of loopholes if you start looking for them. And that's a big loophole. There's a lot of cosplay thing stuff. Comic-Con here in the States. And I'm sure, I mean, there's Renaissance fairs everywhere. So yeah, if you are, hey, what is it? If you like to be Robin Hood. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, earrings hurting. Yeah, if you're, yeah, Robin Hood for Renaissance fair, it's a prop. And yeah, check out, yeah, that's what you might need to get in some places. And like I said before, stock up on bar soap. Because people forget about that. And I mean, you want to avoid things. One of the first things that when they started isolating the Jews back in the 40s, first thing they took away was their ability to stay clean. Very dehumanizing. Think about it, if you don't have toilet paper and soap. Yeah. So, just basic soap. I mean, women have been washing their face with Pear's glycerin soap for decades, centuries. You don't need all that fancy stuff. I mean, Pear's, Yardley, Dial, Ivory, Camay, Dove. Just stock up on your soap. I mean, unwrap it. Stick it between your sheets and towels in your linen closet. Okay? Because the harder it gets, the longer it lasts. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm going to get going. Remember, Saturday is the live broadcast, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. London time. Yeah, because it's the 4th Saturday of the month. This Thursday's video, it's Thanksgiving Day here in the States. As soon as I do it, it's gone straight up. So sorry, no chat stream on this Thursday. Everybody stay safe. Keep your gas tanks topped up. And force people to get angry so they ask questions. Yeah. They may try to call you a Karen in the store, but by causing them to get their dander up, they're going to start thinking, why is this woman, why is this man doing what they're doing? And hey, let your friends know, yeah, it's to make sure you get signed up because so they can ask questions on Saturday and they get the notification. And yeah, Yeah, see if we need to get the numbers back up. I mean, I'm like stonewalled at this certain amount. Yeah, this is my earring. I know everyone's going to laugh. It's a little crystal with a lever back. And yeah, didn't close right, so it was pinching. But everyone, have a good Tuesday. Stay safe in the holidays. Remember all the safety issues when it comes to don't stuff your turkey the night before. Stuff it before it goes in the oven. Make sure you remove all the stuffing out of the turkey cavity before you store it away. You don't want to end up in the emergency room on Black Friday with food poisoning. And remember, always wash your hands. Okay? Happy Thanksgiving. I'll be watching the Macy's parade. Got to see those giant balloons. Talk later. Bye-bye.